it's Amanda here, and today we're doing a little palette bingo. I'm sure you've seen plenty of these videos on YouTube. I've done a few, I know hundreds of other people have, and since today is, I think, day 5 of rain here, it's just been rainy and dreary, and I really want to do something fun and different and just, you know, a little bit more relaxed, have a little bit of fun, play with some indie makeup, and see what we come up with. I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. I'm going to do a face palette and an eyeshadow palette. For my face palette, I'm going to be using my Salt New York Cream Tint Pro shades. Aren't those glorious? These cream tints are actually available for pre-order right now. So if you're interested in these, there's a bundle deal on the Salt New York website right now where you can get one of the palettes. This is the original palette. They also have a little mini palette, which I already pre-ordered mine the day that it launched. You can get a really good bundle deal where you can pick whichever size palette you want, and then you can pick whichever cream tints you want. And they're 50% off the bundles during the pre-sale. So if you're interested in these, this month is the time to order because that pre-sale is only going on during the month of February. But anyway, I did a review on these. I really like the cream tints. I'm gonna use a random number generator to tell me which shades I'm gonna use. I'm gonna pick 3. In a perfect world, I would get a highlighter, a bronzer, and a blush, but we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna have the number generator pick 3 numbers for me. I'm just numbering these 1 through 8, with this one being 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all the way to 8. Let's see which shades we get. All right, I got my random number generator here. Let's generate 1 through 8. We got number 7. So that's this shade. It's called Rust. It's technically one of their highlighters, but I use it as like a shimmery blush topper. I like to mix it with one of these other cream blushes, so that's an interesting choice for our first number. Okay, let's pick another number. All right, the second number I got is 1. So that is this highlighter. It's the shade Pearl. What am I gonna do? I might not get a bronzer. I might just end up with blush and highlight today, so we'll see what happens. Third number, this is the final one. The last number we got is 6, so that's this one. What shade is that? Raspberry, I think. I'm going to be using Pearl, Raspberry, and Rust. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my face makeup, and then we'll go to the eyeshadow palette bingo. Zoom you in. No bronzer or contour today. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of raspberry on my finger first. All right, now Rust. Just going in with the exact same finger, and I'm gonna go right on top. And now I'm just gonna highlight. I'm gonna take the shade Pearl on my pointer finger and just go right on top of my cheekbones. Oh, that's so pretty. All right, I'm happy with that. I think that's really cute. Whenever you're playing palette bingo, the risk you take is not getting all the same finishes and colors that you would typically use in a look. But I'm happy with 2 blushes and a highlighter. I'm only wearing a little bit of tinted moisturizer and a little bit of concealer under my eyes. So I think this really contributes to the overall like fresh light makeup look, and I'm not mad at it. Plus I think that a cheek look like this is gonna go really well with any kind of makeup, and who knows what kind of eyeshadow we're gonna end up with. So let's get to the eyeshadow palette now. I have this Big Daddy like double-decker eyeshadow palette. This is a magnetic palette from Adept Cosmetics. So this is what the palette looks like that I'm going to be using for my eye look today. The square pans are from Adept. They sent me these shadows, and I actually haven't even played with them yet, so I'm excited to try these out. And then the circle pans are from Chaos Makeup. I just ordered these, and again, I haven't even swatched them, but the swatches online look so gorgeous. So hopefully we'll get a good mix here. There's a lot of color, a lot of variety. Let's see what we end up with. I'm going to be using my random number generator again. There are 34 shadows in this magnetic palette. So I just changed my maximum number to 34. I'm going to pick like 4 or 5 shadows and just see what we end up with. I'm nervous. All right, the first number is 21, so let's count through the shadows and see which one that is. I think I'm gonna move my shades down since this is a double palette. I'm gonna move the shades that get selected down to this portion. Shade number 21 is from Adept Cosmetics. It's this brown matte shade called ACM 20, so we'll move that one down. Pick a couple more. Okay, the next number we got is number 14. That's this really pretty looking shade. This one's ACD1. So far it looks like my 2 random shadows are actually gonna go pretty well together. So let's see if we get thrown a curveball with shade number 3. All right, third shade is shade number 30. So that is, oh, that's a Chaos Makeup one. This is the shade called Daisy. There's so many really colorful shades and I'm getting all these more neutral ones. All right, let's see. Hopefully shade 4 will be our little pop of color. The fourth shade I got is number 11, which is another Adept shadow. This is ACM 16. I was really hoping we'd get one of these green or blue pops. Let's pick a 5th shade so that we can get something really fun. Let's hope for a pop of color because the only pop so far, well, we have some cool duochromes, but the only real color is this matte orange. So I hope we get something a little bit crazier. All right, number 28 is our last one. Which one is that? Oh, this, I know this does not look impressive on camera. Wait until you see the swatch. I haven't swatched this one yet, but the pictures are crazy good. This is from Chaos Cosmetics. It's called Lucid, and this is one of their multi-chromes. These shadows are like $26 a piece, so this thing better be pretty damn impressive. Just saying. All right, so here's the color palette that we got. It's not really that crazy, but I want to swatch all these colors together and see what sort of inspiration strikes me. So let's do that now. This is the color palette I'm working with. These go really nicely together, so this should be fairly easy. I just want to make sure everything has a chance to shine in the look. So let's see what kind of look I can come up with these 5 shadows. I'm feeling very fall tones, which I love, so no problem with that. I think I'm gonna do the shadows in a little voiceover because I don't really know what I'm doing, so hopefully we can cut out a bunch of the confused bits that there no doubt will be plenty of. First, we need to prime the lids. I'm using my favorite eye base. It's the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. Then I'm going into this matte orange shade from Adept Cosmetics using my very favorite blending brush from ColourPop and just building that into my crease area. I am going to be layering a lot of shadows, so this part doesn't have to be too precise. Next, I'm taking the darker matte shade. It looks brown in the pan, but once it's applied to the eye, it has this really beautiful eggplant shade to it. I'm just building that up with a small fluffy brush, and then I did sort of smudge it with my finger as well just to get a nice blend. Did a little bit of extra blending with no additional product. There's plenty of pigmentation in these shadows. And I did go back with the orange shade on a small flat brush for my lower lash line. Then I went back in with that darker matte shade on a pencil brush, just on the very outer part of that lower lash line to add a little smokiness. Next, I'm going into this Chaos Makeup shadow called Daisy and applying that to my inner corner with my pinky finger and then using a flat brush to apply that right on that brow bone on the outer part under my brow. Something a little different for me. Next, I'm using this really shimmery sort of duochrome shade from Adept Cosmetics, applying that all over the lid with my finger. And before I go in with that Lucid shade, I did want to use just a little bit more of the darker matte to add some depth, and then just blended that out. I did want a deeper, smokier look. It looks so blue purple on camera, but it looks red gold to me. Can I make that happen? What if I use my phone? Oh yeah, there you go. Now you can see it. What? The finishing touch is the shade Lucid, just tapped right on the center of the lid to get that shine and that shift. Then I curled my lashes and added my CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. That's the finished look. I think this turned out so cool. It has a grungy, colorful, really shimmery vibe to it. I think it's just absolutely interesting, stunning, beautiful. I felt great in it. I also wanted to show you a close-up lower light shot of this eye makeup so that you can hopefully capture some of this shift and sparkle that I can see here in person. That is my finished palette bingo look. This isn't a look I typically would have picked out for myself. For example, if I was gonna do this much on the eye makeup, I definitely would have worn bronzer, contour, done more on the face. But I actually think it looks really cute, has a nice sense of balance. The eyes really get a chance to be the focal point of the look. The colors that came from my number generator didn't end up being the craziest, most out there, or like really difficult color combination. I lucked out because these shades actually go really, really nicely together. I definitely ended up loving my look. I tried to do something a little bit different, so with that gold brow bone highlight, going a little bit deeper and smokier than I usually do, and I think it turned out really, really cute. I still feel like it looks like my style. It's just a little bit something different for me, and I really like that. I'm so incredibly impressed with the quality of everything that I used today. I already gave the Cream Tint Pro shades from Salt New York a great review when they came out several months ago. Still happy with those, definitely recommend those. But these eyeshadows, the Adept Cosmetics, particularly the matte shades, were really, really easy to work with. They were definitely very pigmented, but they blended together beautifully, even though I was putting so many colors on my eyes, especially when you start to layer up a lot of dark colors. I feel like the shades can get lost. They just like muddy up all into one big brown blah. And I feel like I can still see every single individual color on my eyes. I can still see that orange. I'm really impressed. Of course, the Chaos shimmers are insane, so beautiful, so bright. Definitely looking forward to playing with all of these shadows some more. Maybe we should do a round 2 of this indie palette bingo. I also just got some new singles from Sydney Grace Cosmetics, so maybe we can add those into the mix and, you know, spice it up. Maybe I'll end up with some blue or some green or something crazier next time. But I'm very, very pleased with how this round turned out. I keep looking at my eyeshadow because it's very mesmerizing and very gorgeous. Thanks for hanging out with me on a rainy, blah day. This was just a little bit of fun and relaxation I needed. Do you want to see more indie palette bingos? Do you want to see more indie brands featured on my channel? Do you love this look as much as I do? Because I'm just really pleased with it. I need to move my mirror so that I stop staring at myself. It's not vanity, it's just I really like eyeshadow. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! You know what? I better go turn the heat off because it's so loud. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back. Let's get this party started. But you can get a really good bundle. Ow! Come to mama. I love swatching. Whenever you're playing power bingo. What? I know it looks crazy now. It might look better later. Take a little bit of that. A little tappy tap. I've almost dropped this palette like 5 times already. Go back into these guys. Take just a little smidgy bit of that. This is how I talk to myself when I do my makeup by myself, so it's questionable. Good on ya. Good on ya. Put it on my little pinky fingy. Woo, she's bright. Okay, and I'm gonna get a little crazy and do something I don't usually do, but you know, we're branching out, we're getting weird, so I'm gonna highlight my brow bone, which I almost never do, but today I'm doing it. That looks cute with this look so far. I mean, who knows what this will actually end up looking like, but here we are. Oh, I actually love that. I would typically never highlight my brow bone. We're gonna have a real talk moment here. I've had so many mean comments about my eyebrows over the years, and look, I'm fortunate that I'm doing this job as a self-actualized adult woman. That probably would have really bothered me if I was young teens, 20s, but I actually know what my eyebrows look like and I actually like the way they look, but it's still just one of those things, you know? No matter who you are, no matter what your job is, no matter how old you are, it does get tiring, and it just sucks to hear people say mean things about you, especially about your appearance. So, you know, there's that whole like, oh, just ignore this or whatever, which is easy to say when it's not you that gets those comments all the time. So, you know, I just encourage you to think about that. It's easier said than done to just ignore that kind of stuff. I've had people tell me I was a bad parent because this is my job. I've had people insult everything about my looks. Somebody told me I was too pale. People have told me that I'm too skinny, I'm disgusting, I need to eat, they hate my voice. That's what I get all the time. I can't change my voice. You could change your eyebrows if you wanted to. You could change your weight, I guess, if you wanted to. But my voice sounds the way it sounds. I'm not gonna go to a vocal coach because people don't like the way I talk. Who knew this was gonna turn into a therapy session? Because I definitely didn't. I am feeling this brow bone highlight. This is so cute. Okay, let's finish this look. Quit your yakking. And we're gonna pop it right on that lid. Pop it. Accidental extreme close-up. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's crazy. Let's put that on my eyeball. I'm excited. I like it. I'm fine. I mean, I don't want to take this off now. This is so pretty. I love it. 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 Maybe I'll go back to brow bone highlighting now. Who knows? It used to be the thing a couple years ago, but I like the way I look. I don't know. Okay. I'll see you next time. Bye.